When I heard a Dracula movie was being made with Anthony Hopkins, I immediately pictured him as the vampire. When the guy who played Lee Harvey Oswald got the title role. You've got to be kidding me. This is gonna suck, and not in a vampire way. This is Francis Ford Coppola's Bram Stoker's Dracula. Dracula is actually the warlord formerly known as Vlad the Impaler, played by Gary Oldman. Didn't Lady Gaga wear that to the Grammys? During a battle, his love Elizabeth, played by Winona Ryder, receives some fake news and immediately jumps to her death. She's very trusting. She didn't even want to ID a body? This pisses off Vlad, of course, who's very much not dead. Whoa, you gotta ease into it, Father Bedside Manner. This, of course, causes him to lose his religion. So apparently it's easier to become a supernatural monster than quit a gym membership. Why is the cross bleeding? I thought this might be metaphorical. Okay, I get it. But he actually grabs a cup and drinks it. That's how I feel like I look when I go wine tasting. That's good sacrilege. Cut to 4 centuries later. What evil deeds has this monster been up to? He's buying property around London. Is this Dracula or Lex Luthor? He's looking to move before London's property values go way up. Drac has been buying so much property around London that it drove his last realtor insane.
Stop it, you weed, you baby!
Not that one. Renfield, played to insane perfection by Tom Waits.
I will be one of those who benefits from your generosity.
He eats bugs. To take his place is John Harker, played by Keanu Reeves. He leaves his fiancée Mina, played again by Miss Ryder. The same actress playing 2 characters across centuries? I see where this is going. And why does it look like she's writing for Sex and the City? When is it too soon to show a man your ankles? So it's off to Transylvania to see the client. Already things are weird.
I say, is the castle far?
Welcome to my home.
Wow, Dracula's head has a great set of knockers. I feel like I should censor that or at least put a bra on it. Skull tits aside, this scene is just dripping with atmosphere. The lighting, the animated shadows, the distant sounds really builds a creepy, unsettling vibe. This shadow trick especially, it's so old school yet so effective in establishing that things here just aren't right.
You found Mina.
I'm just gonna go borrow this for a few minutes.
Are you married, Count?
You've seen his palms. Does he look married? Looks like Jonathan is gonna be stuck at work for a while, so Mina surfs for ye old porn. This is Lucy, Mina's childhood BFF, played by Sadie Frost.
Can man and woman really do that?
I did. Well, in my dreams.
She dreams about anal? Look at all her suitors, played by Richard E. Grant, Cary Elwes, and Billy Campbell. Let's see, 3 guys. It could work. Dracula's influence touches Mina, but they have to keep it short because Kylo Ren needs the line open. Let's check in on Renfield. Still crazy. And will someone put a screen on that window?
The master will come.
John cuts himself shaving. Waste not, want not. The joke's on him, he was shaving his scrotum. Against Dracula's advice, of course, John wanders the castle. Oh my god, spider rats! He runs into Dracula's sister wives. Teeth! Teeth! Before it gets too good, Daddy comes home. Hold on, I brought home Colonel. Dracula travels to London, carrying boxes of dirt from home. Why dirt? His curse ties him to his homeland, and the dirt gives him a way to recharge when away from home. I didn't expect Dracula's powers to include finding loopholes. Whenever I travel, I always have to take my dog. I know it's not the same thing, but I get it. When Steadicam operators attack. Whoops, forgot something. Dracula's panty raids are a little intense. Dracula doesn't need Axe body spray. The ladies come to him. She's ribbed for everyone's pleasure. Lucy makes like a Capri Sun. You know, it's kinda lame when you hook up with the love of your life's best friend. Do you want things to get awkward? Whoops, busted. Baby, it wasn't me.
No! Do not see me!
And like that, he became the hero of cheating boyfriends everywhere. Who needs a neuralizer?
I still have the taste of his blood on my mouth.
Yeah, that ain't blood, sweetie. You want some scope? Bram Stoker's vampires can handle daylight. With that out of the way, Dracula hits the scene. Someone went over on their film stock budget, so suddenly we're in a Zapruder film.
See me now.
At first she's dismissive. I'm seeing someone, I'll call a cop. But once he tells her he's a prince, it's all sploosh. Lucy is behaving oddly, and her dress makes me want to throw a pie at her. They don't know how to handle the situation, so they call in a specialist, Dr. Van Helsing, played by Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
Better get that woman some cornflakes, fast.
Gentlemen, we're not fighting some disease here. Those marks in your dear Miss Lucy's neck were made by something unspeakable out there.
It's vampires, of course. And Dracula gets chummy with Mina. You evil bastard, she's engaged! Mina starts remembering her past life and realizes she really is Elizabeth reincarnated. Or maybe it's all the absinthe you've been slamming. Jonathan escapes from the castle and gets word to Mina, who abandons her new boy toy right away to join him. Pissed off, Dracula takes it out on Lucy. Expecting trouble, her fan club stands guard. Did he just get roofied? John and Mina get married while Lucy gets killed. That explains why she didn't show up at the wedding. Please don't tap on the glass, it stresses out the vampires. Our Scooby gang goes to check if Lucy is still dead.
Come to me, Arthur.
Not dead, but she still speaks like a porn star. That's one way to always fit in your coffin. I think he's a little too into it.
So much blood! She just ate!
Mina and John return to London and we get caught up. Now John has to make excuses why he wasn't able to escape sooner.
I was impotent with fear. I know.
You weren't that impotent. Never mind all that. I have Dracula's home address.
I know where the bastard sleeps.
While the men try to release the beast on Dracula, they take Mina to the asylum, the same one Renfield is at, which is across the street from Dracula's house. I'm pretty sure he can see you from his bathroom. Dracula can take the form of bats, wolves, and, I don't know, bad breath?
You have betrayed me.
Dracula visits Renfield and gets a good beat out of him. Dracula finds Mina. Whoa, Dutch oven!
To be my loving wife forever.
Well, yes.
I think somebody rushed into marriage. How to vampire. Step 1, find a vampire. Step 2, let that vampire bite you. Step 3, drink the vampire's blood. Step 4, buy a cape. Mina's into it, but Drac has second thoughts. I feel like I need to censor this. It's played so erotically. I think we even see Dracula's O-face. You know it's bad when a vampire says you use too much teeth. Okay, that's just embarrassing. Run, Ratatouille, run! Mina is becoming a vampire and now has a link to Dracula. They wrecked his house, they dumped his dirt all over the dirt, and they still need her to tell them he went back home? The only way to save Mina is to kill Dracula, the head vampire. So off they go. But why deny her a place with the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen? Mina's becoming more and more evil, but nothing a Nilla-wafer can't handle. Dracula's gypsy helpers bring him home without losing their tail, so we get a fight. And sometimes bringing a knife to a gunfight is pretty effective. Mina's working for the bad guys now. I blame it on the D. D is in Dracula, of course. Time for an epic battle between Dracula himself and Van Helsing. This is gonna rock! Wait, what? That was it? Mina comes to his rescue? So you're just gonna let her walk off with her ex?
Our work is finished here. Hers has just begun.
Don't be fooled. Once the door closes, it's jackhammer time. So, back to where it all began. After all this, with just the power of their eternal love, God's like, okay, we cool.
Give me peace.
No, wait, I meant give me a pillow. No, oh, bitch. Mina delivers the killing blow, giving Dracula peace. Nothing left now but bury the dead and rebuild her shattered marriage. That was Bram Stoker's Dracula. You weren't expecting a love story, were you? I know I wasn't. Sure, there are horror elements, gore, tension, and scares, but at its core, it's a love story of Vlad and Elizabeth. Okay, elephant in the room time. Keanu and Winona offered star appeal to younger audiences, I'm sure, but they stuck out. Now, I really like Keanu Reeves. I find him likable, approachable, and relatable. From what I've read, an absolute prince in real life. From Bill and Ted to Point Break to John Wick, I enjoy the majority of his work. That being said, I think his casting in this movie was a misstep. I still saw Johnny Utah up there, and the accent wasn't helping. Not only out of his element, but he's outshined and outclassed every time he shares the screen with Gary Oldman. Winona Ryder played Mina as a tortured woman, torn between two loves and two worlds. Granted, I'll be the first to admit that a lot of these performances are deliberately cheesy, hammy, and way over the top, which fits in with the serious yet campy tone of the film. I assumed Van Helsing would be a larger player, but he's essentially a hired expert. His Van Helsing was a cheeky guy and with very little tact, very matter-of-fact, to an almost comic degree.
How did Lucy die?
Yeah, she was in great pain. Then we cut off her head and drove a stake to her heart and burned it, and then she found peace.
Doctor!
I really enjoyed his performance. And the star of this movie, Gary Oldman as Dracula. He was inspired. This was not the version I was expecting. I think the last vampire movie I had seen them starred George Hamilton, but this guy was creepy. He could be fearsome and demonic in one scene, and suave and debonair the next. Director Coppola declined the use of modern digital effects for a more traditional, old-school approach. Puppets, miniatures, rear projection gave the movie an older, more classic feel. Dracula's shadows were not too subtle portrayal of his supernatural nature, and even acts as a glimpse into his thoughts. It was a cool effect, I really liked that. You had a sense of time and place. The costumes and makeup impressed me, from the creature effects to the buckets of blood and gore. Coppola stayed closer to the Bram Stoker novel, rather than the more modern portrayals. That makes it stand out among countless, get it, Dracula movies that came before and after. It's slow-paced at times, but I could watch Gary Oldman all day. And once Anthony Hopkins appears, it gets even more magnetic and fun. Can you even call it a chase scene if it happens over days? Bram Stoker's Dracula is a 3.5 out of 5. The sets, the art direction, built a general tone of romantic menace. Some performances were outstanding, some may not have been as much, so I had to take off points. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Or not, no pressure. Leave a comment below, I live for those. This is theNewBee, and as always, thank you so much for watching. There, I made it through the whole review without a single Twilight reference. You're welcome.